Go, baby. I think, bro, I think I'm slacking, bro. Yeah. I think I'm slacking, bro. I think I've been slacking, bro. I got 11 plus ready to negotiate, bro. I've definitely been slacking, for real. Yeah, I see that, bro. I'm gonna handle that after this game, because he just sent the invite. Yeah, I got a lot of shit to do. Since game over. Yeah, yeah. You got to do with Kobe though. You got the Seahawks open. As far as I know. As far as I know, man. Oh, all gone, baby. Here, here. About all gone, baby girl. Give me that ball, baby girl. I'm gonna fix you some more. I got 50 some more. All right, all right, all right, all right. I, I got 50 some more. It's all gone. 50 some more real quick. Hey, hey, baby girl. I got 50 some more. Yeah, yeah, my screen my up a bit. I'm gonna fix my daughter bottle, man. Fix my daughter bottle right now. Should be up. Yeah, it's up. I'm about to put it in the chat, bro.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Let's go, man. Week 6, man. Saints against the Bengals, baby. Man, damn coach 0-5, huh? God damn. Miami 0-5. Sorry as hell.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Holding.
And a penalty
How they
flag
come
is
out the
going to
game
come out
calling
on
a
top
holding
of it.
penalty?
So it's the big
Out the
left
gate.
tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the
Hell,
block well, and he starts
Chiefs
to slip off of you,
5-0.
and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. The first throw, here's Winston.
Oh, you gotta catch that, Taysom.
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh,
He was hit just as
I gotta run that back.
Now it's 3rd down. And I don't think
Good
this
job,
is
girl.
the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Winston.
Damn.
It's incomplete.
I see the blitz coming.
There on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now Callaway on the return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, bro.
They go play action with Burrow. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. And down he goes, falling on the launch here. There's a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. This defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide to...
He got a touchdown, boy. That man had a touchdown, bro. He ain't see it. He had a touchdown, boy. Right up the middle of the field.
Sack of the game. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat, and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber to punt it away. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. It's a return of 5 following a
I'm about to see something.
The Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. The Saints at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind in the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Ingram. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, first down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
What?
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's
That's on me.
intercepted.
That's on me.
Picked up
Kept
by
doing like
Jesse
that.
Bates.
That's on
And
me.
the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger.
Let's go, King out.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where when somebody leaves a quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs. And you take the start of it when you do that.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down movement. It's like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Let's go, baby.
He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Here's Hardy set to return. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield.
I remember sitting in
seen
special
that
teams
shit,
meetings,
Kobe?
and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one
God,
just like you're playing
damn.
offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw
Oh,
evidence of
yeah,
it
he
right
did,
there with
bro.
that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning
big
into
hit.
a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field.
see that.
And now the defense has to try it out there and translate them down.
What the fuck?
And he will finally
He made it to the 3. God dang.
That's
on me, though. I went for the
on the
fucking
final snap
For the strip.
of this first quarter. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. After the big play,
Oh,
a
yeah,
chance to finish
he's gonna
now
fuck up
on first and
right here,
goal.
Kobe. Mark my words. He's gonna fuck up right here. Watch this shit. I know it, bro. Everybody do it. All right.
Mixon.
See, he audible to a fucking
Fighting, but he
running
won't
up
get
pages
too
now.
far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Mixon again, but he will lose yardage here.
Shit ain't gonna work on me, man.
2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they absorb to join them in the effort.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
I'm in mine right now. Ah, that nigga stole. It's tied up now. He just tied it up.
Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
Damn.
And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Damn, bro.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston.
Oh my goodness.
Incomplete.
This man wide open, bro.
What's going on here? One for their first 7 throwing the football.
So
Wow,
maybe
he was
rethinking
wide
their strategy
open,
a little
bro.
bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They run. It's Kamara. And he's not going to get the 1st. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals
That's
are
a
going to
bad
get
play
it
call
back
on my
in
end, bro.
terrific field position.
I knew better than that, bro. I knew better than that, bro.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I know better than that, bro. Damn.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive end, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Burrow's throw taken in by Jarwin. And they're going to get this down.
Fuck, bro. I mean, my ass for that.
It's not cool about the game there in 2nd down. It's a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 1. Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Winston. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Winston. They're going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set up a terrific field position, but 3 points the end result.
We can make this a pretty simple one here. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones,
That's my pick.
5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something which is wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That one good for 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. And Burrow going to throw again. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 10 more there and another first down. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. McPherson's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half here. Winston. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On second down, it's Hawkins. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
I'm not sure you could actually draw that big a pass rush right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They were in the down 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, man. It hurt.
It's almost turned into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. And to go through a pick six.
And 6 defenders and 6 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the pick six, here's Burrow again. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose for the football. Nearly a 4th.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Winston. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Look at the big man rumble. The 30. 10. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return. And a Saint touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Bengals drive about to get going. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Flush to his right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite of a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Burrow.
Oh, I funked them and pulled them back.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about a really good field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Burrow looking to pass.
Oh.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. And the touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Room here to run. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 29-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it inside. On 2nd down, Ingram. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a Saints 1st down and a gain of 16 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Ingram at tailback. He's got it running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
Play action now. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will extend their lead even further. So that's the important one here in the 4th quarter.
That importance cannot be overstated. Offense and personal lines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone.
Shit them off there, Kobe. Punch that bitch out of there, boy.
Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They got the big play. Then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that. I'll just say one thing. We just saw the momentum swing several times.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now Burrow on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick, and this one will be returned to the 38-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. And he's got
My damn controller here, dog.
To the 2-minute warning. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. 3rd and long for Winston. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carry goes his way. Charles, even as long field goals become more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on 3rd down.
That's pretty evident. We can see what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Mike's still going on, bro.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
A final shot now for Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is going. As time is run out on this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Saints, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.
Yeah, that's crazy. 72 yards, 28.5 completion percentage. That is ridiculous. That's GG, bro. That was a good game there, man. Yeah, the way it started. All right, cool, bro. I'm passing a call of the night, man. All right, man. That's a bet, man. All right, man. You could be easy.